Good morning, all of you. Last class, we have seen feelings and emotions. So, it's a part of our life. Feelings and emotions are a part of our life, but we have to control it. We have to deal with them. So, dealing with feelings, how to deal with feelings. The best way to deal positively with feelings is to talk them over with a sympathetic third party. Third party means your parents, your teachers, friends, or your siblings. That is the best way. So you discuss your feelings with them, with your parents or friends, okay, teachers, siblings, etc. Another method is confrontation. That is, try to sort things out directly with the person who is creating the negative feelings. That means face to face talk. So that is called, we call it as confrontation. Face to face talk. That is, it's another way to sort things. That is directly with the person who is creating the negative feelings. So you have to speak openly to him and finish the problem. That is the best way. Okay, call him. What is the problem? Okay, we discuss and finish that. That is another very good way of dealing with the feelings. And a third method is to seek get counseling from a teacher or a guide. This is a counselor. We used to call it as a counselor in the school. Usually there will be a counselor. So you can go and counsel with a guide or teacher or counselor. These are the three different ways how to deal with feelings. Then you recognize and you can control them. Sometimes the feelings are so strong that one has difficulty in speaking or thinking very quietly. That is also sometimes we cannot say it's not all the time. It is very difficult to share with others. So sometimes the feelings are so immense or strong that one has difficulty in speaking out or thinking calmly or quietly. So what we'll do? Physical activities. That's a very important point. At your age, you can do physical activities can calm you by getting rid of the excess energy created by the strong feelings. This is a very important aspect. Sometimes you find it difficult to speak out these things or thinking calmly. So, physical activity is a very important tool to get rid of the excess energy that is produced in your mind and your body by the strong feelings. So, what are the some other activities that you can do? So, we can see just go for a workout, just go outside, run, or you can walk. Okay, do some vigorous house activities. Okay, so any kind of activities you can do. You can swabbing, or washing a bike or a car, etc. Any kind of activities you can do. There are so many activities that you can perform at home. You can help your parents. So you can do these things. So during that you are channelizing. That means your energies you are channelizing to some other part. So that is coming under the workout region. Okay, you run or simply go for a walk and do some vigorous activities, housework. So these are some important points. And another is that stream out. Stream out means just like suppose you go in a open space, stand in a park and shout loudly, or even in a room you can do the things. Okay, go to the toilet or go to the room, speak loudly, shout loudly. Okay, or you can listen. Okay, listen to music, or you can sing a noisy song, play or listen to or sing a noisy song. So this you can do without any damage to others or self, You can do all these things. So these kind of activities will not produce any disturbance to others and to you also. Without doing any damage or disturbance to others or self, you can perform these kind of things. Simple ways that stand somewhere and shout loudly, you feel comfortable. Or listen to a loud music, you sing loudly. So this we can do. Or sometime you can even write. So when you're angry, okay, write a complaint to your teacher or any authority, any article or poem, a story, or you can maintain, keep a diary, draw, or scribble something. So all these things we can do. Okay, so writing something, write a letter of complaint to that authority, to the police person. Okay, an article to your newspaper, a poem or a story. So you can maintain a diary, or you can draw something, or you can scribble something. So these are also very important aspect when we are dealing with feelings. Or another best way is that you can make a go to a quiet place and you can close your eyes and you can pray for Almighty. You can pray. You communicate. So silent place, go and quiet, close your eyes and pray. Ask for understanding, courage, the ability to cope, and whatever else you feel you need. You just connect yourself to this Almighty. Okay, that is another way. So pray is a very important tool. That means you can, and if you can cry, you can do. No problem. We can cry. So psychologists say that this is a very important tool. Having a good cry, it's natural way of dealing with excess feelings. When you are sad, so that means you can cry out. It's a natural way of dealing with excess feelings. So we are discussing with the dealing how to deal with feelings. There are different things are there that we can do without any harm to others. So regular physical activity is also important things. You can go outdoor games. Okay, you can go for dancing. Okay, you can go to gym. You can walk around. Okay, so this also control the feelings and that a part of your growing up. It's a sign. This is in your age. It's all things are taking place. It's a part we cannot separate. It's a part of growing up. So we have to manage like this. We have to deal with them. Okay. So besides such activities, okay, go for fun activities. So all these things will help you to deal with feelings. Okay, we can see this page on the screen. So for your benefit. So this is an important part. So what all things we have to do to deal with the feelings? You can see the different activities mentioned. Okay, this you should take care of the points. So sometimes the feelings are so strong that one has difficulty in speaking or thinking calmly. So physical activities can calm you by getting rid of the excess energy created by strong feelings. Some of the examples, and we are seeing that you can see here it is a workout. So this point you have to remember workout. Okay, stream out. Okay, different things. What you have to do? Write something. Go to a silent place and pray for some time. Cry. Natural way of dealing with the feelings. Okay. So this we can do all these points without any problem. All should go through this. Having a good cry, you can see that. It's a natural way of dealing with excess feelings. Now, next after this, we'll go for what are the different methods to avoid. where we want to avoid certain things we ought to avoid. So, what are that methods to avoid? That we will see. Methods to avoid. You can see here. Methods to avoid are. You can see different diagrams here also. First one is brooding or self pity. These things we should avoid. What is the meaning of this? Sitting and brooding our feelings only helps intensify and deepen emotion. Anger turned in on oneself through brooding is every bit as dangerous as anger directed at others. If you are if you are showing angry to others, that's not good. So in the same way, if you are sitting at one place and continuously you are immensely engaged in that, so anger turned in on oneself through brooding. Continuously you are thinking of that, thinking of that, thinking of that. So then it will be a disturbance for you. So that is every bit as dangerous as anger directed at others. So you can see this point. So sitting and brooding our feelings continuously, you are thinking and you are involving such kind of feelings only helps intensify and deepen your emotions. So that will not help you. So anger turned in on oneself continuously through brooding is every bit as dangerous as anger directed at others. Very important. So it is one point you have to continuously you have to avoid this. You should not be like this. See, the very proper diagram is given there. Any kind of, even if you are sad, you should not sit continuously for a long time to think about that. And another thing that we should avoid blaming or projecting. What is the meaning of this? Blaming or projecting. Feelings belong to the one who feels them. The person carrying the burden of the feelings is you, and no amount of blaming others, even correctly, can lessen the load. So, for without any reason, there is no need of blaming. You are to, if it is your problem, then you have to handle that. Okay, that is very important. You should not blame others for your reason. Okay, the person carrying the burden or the feeling is you itself. Okay, and no amount of blaming others, even correctly, can lessen the load. So, even if you blame others, nothing is going to happen. Okay, nothing is going to happen. Other things that you can avoid ignoring or denying the feelings. Just ignore certain things we can ignore, deny. Much as we would like to believe that this works, it is too much like an ostrich which buries its head in the sand to hide from danger. So, feeling does not go away and you leave yourself open and vulnerable. So, what is the meaning of that? Simply denying the feelings. No, 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 I am all right. Oh, I have no problem. So, there is no absolute no. Even if you are having the problem, you just hide wants to hide that. So, it is just like, okay. So, there is no ignoring or denying the feelings also does not go away and you yourself open and vulnerable. Again, it is there still persisting. So ignoring or denying the feelings is not a solution. We have to see that, we have to control ourselves, we have to take the remedy for that. Okay. So how to deal with the feelings that you have to learn. Another a process is given there that is unleashing or venting. That means that's the usual common observation. Showing temper, having badly or throwing a tantrum is childish and immature. So you can see that shouting at others, showing temper to others. So these are some methods that we can avoid. Okay, so what all things we want to do? We want to avoid. There are certain situations we should avoid. We should avoid. So what are the different things that we should avoid? Self pity, that is called brooding. Continuously, you should not ponder your feelings with yourself continuously. There is no need of blaming others. Simply blaming others. There is a common observation you can see around us. So blaming, no, ignoring or denying the feeling will not help you at all. You have to accept it. You have to accept it. And unleashing or venting, just showing temper unnecessarily to others, to cover you for something from your feeling. That is also not good. So these things are to be avoided. Okay, these things are to be avoided. And which is the most dangerous? That is the emotion. You can recognize that very oftenly we used to be in anger. So next point gives you anger, that is the tiger of all emotions. Wow. So that is quoted as tiger of all emotions, anger. Yes, of course. So we'll share the points in the next page. So anger, that is the tiger of emotions. So that is a great sentence. You can see here is a tiger of all emotions. Anger, the tiger of all emotions. Yes, very correct. Anger is a strong feeling arising from a host of hidden feelings. We can recognize. Read the list below to identify the hidden feelings which lead to a particular kind of anger. You can see that when my first example is given there, when my need or expectation or a hope is ignored or not met, there are certain cases we are not getting. So your need or expectation or hope is sometimes ignored or that is not met or not completed. So we feel, I feel frustrated. You can just think whether you are frustrated or not. Because of that, you get angry. Another case, when I am unfairly treated. You can see so many incidences in your life, in your school life. All these are a part. This all happen. This all will happen. Maybe happening. So when I am unfairly treated, so I feel hurt. Okay, when I am insulted in front of someone, for example, teacher is unnecessarily sometimes unnecessarily shouting in the class towards you, even without any reason. When I am insulted or saying something, so when I am insulted, okay, I feel annoyed. When I am controlled, I feel trapped. When I am physically hurt, I feel pain. When I am taken for granted, I feel worthless. All of we experience these kind of things in our life. So these are many examples, instances. Okay, you can see when my need or expectation or hope is ignored or not met. Okay, so many problems are taking place in you. What are the feelings? I feel frustrated when I am unfairly treated. You will see so many instances in your life. I feel hurt when I am insulted. I feel annoyed when I am controlled. I feel trapped. When I am physically hurt, I feel pain. When I am taken for granted, I feel worthless. So you can see in all the cases you can face anger. You will be in anger. So it is tiger of all emotions that is to be controlled. You can see what is given as a question for you. Have you ever experienced any of the above? How did you deal with the situation? When a situation is there, so what are things to do? So for that, you have to see dealing with the feelings that we have seen earlier in the 2 pages. You have to avoid certain situations. Okay, how did you deal with the situation? Have you experienced any of these above? Yes, of course. We all. We are all a part of that. We are going through that part. So what you want to do? Keep a special watch on anchor. Okay, in your class, outside, you fight. So many things are things. So anger, if not identified and dealt with, becomes an emotion akin to a tiger. It going to that tremendous amount that you find difficult to control later. So it has to feed on something or someone and often becomes a man eater. So strong anger makes you feel helplessly out of control and causes you to do and say things which you later regret. So this is very important point. Strong anger makes you feel helplessly as for each and everything simply are showing this kind of strong anger, then it goes out of control and causes you to do and say things and which you later regret. So this point. So for that you have to control yourself. Work out, steam out, okay, write something, and these are all things part of that. Or kick something, hit something, throw something. So you channelize that kind of okay emotion to some other part, and you have to avoid certain things. Okay, blaming, simply projecting, unleashing, venting should not be there. Okay, you have a score column here for your personal style that you have to see. So your personal style, everyone has his or her own particular way of dealing with feelings. Of course, we have to do that. Check out your present style against the list below. So we have to recognize. So we have to do certain activities to recognize ourselves. Okay. So what you have to do? That means toward the end of the day. Okay, just to recollect the day's activities. So how I deal with the feelings. So there are so many examples are given there. So you can see that, and we'll get a score of this. We'll see in the next page. So some options are given there, just like always, sometimes, okay, always, sometimes, perhaps, never. So you see things here. I am usually in touch with how I feel. So you can mark sometimes, always, perhaps, or even you don't mind. I accept my feelings. You can check that. I can talk about my positive feelings. Yes. You, you can share with this your friends, parents, siblings, or even teachers or any other person. I can talk about my negative feelings to close friends or relatives. That is a very important thing, very great thing. Negative feelings. If you can do that, it will be great things. So that so you can see your columns there and you can find out the things. I control my feeling by ignoring them. So we have seen this point number 5 earlier. I control my feeling by ignoring them, just ignoring. There is no way. So you have to face them in order to ignore. Okay, we'll go for further. So these are certain things that you have to find out yourself and make a score of these things. Okay, there are some more questions for you. We'll see that also in the next page. Okay, go for this case and take your score. We'll see what is happening in the score. Okay. And another thing is that I cannot control my strong feelings. Sometimes happens. There is nothing wrong in it. I blame others for the way I feel. That also will do. I am moody. People find me hard to understand. I sulk. I throw temper tantrums on others. I am hurt easily. I brood a lot. I brood a lot means thinking continuously, sitting at one place. I cry easily. So many activities are given there. I cry easily. That is also not good. Okay, sometime. I brood a lot. That is also not good. I am hurt very easily. That is also not good. So there are positive ways here, negative ways are there. So you have to recognize your score. So here it is given is you can evaluate yourself according to the following pattern for the first four statements that give yourself 5 mark for every, always, 3 mark for sometimes, and 1 mark for perhaps, and no score for never. For the remaining questions, so for the first four questions that you have to do this exercise yourself. First four questions, four statements. 5 marks for always, 3 mark for sometime, and 1 mark for perhaps, and no score for never. For the remaining statements, you score 5 marks for never, 3 marks for perhaps, and 1 mark for sometime, and no score for always. And what do we have to do? Make a note of the areas in which you can improve. This is the way self-analysis, that is most important one. Make a note of the areas in which you could improve, and this is very important for you. And you can note down where I have to improve. Okay, where I have to improve. When you write, it will be in your mind, or so accordingly you can act. So this is the main aim of this chapter. So feelings and emotions are a part of our life. It will be there, and we have to handle, we have to deal. Certain conditions we have to avoid, we have to avoid. Okay, so you will be going to a mature adult. Okay, so these are all part of life, and you have to deal with them. And just all of you do this exercise. Okay, and if you are getting a, you can see the score, what is the score you are getting, and make a note of the areas in which you would could improve. So write and keep that. So I am crying easily, no, I should not be like this. I throw temper tantrums on others, no, should not be there. So wherever we have to control, we have to control. Very important exercise. All should execute this. Okay. So when we are going through different chapters, you learn different points. First chapter, we are seeing many values we want to keep, and what you want to do, and what you want to be, and you in your future for selecting a career. This chapter we are seeing emotions and feelings. So their impacts on you, or how to deal with them. So a very important exercise in front of you is this. There are 14 questions and columns, and 4 columns are given to you. And rate yourself and think yourself. It's a self-evaluation test. All should undergo this kind of self-evaluation test. Then only we will progress. That should be there. So we have to think positively. We have to go ahead with our values, with our positive attitudes. Okay, so then only we can achieve something. So do this exercise, all of you. Okay, thank you, and we'll see other points in the next class. Thank you.